Hello, welcome back to my channel. So I have another pick a card reading. This pick a card reading will be your sexual aura or your sex appeal. So I have 3 piles to choose from today. The first pile will be the safety pin. Second pile will be this phone case. And then the third pile will be this crystal here. Some of you guys I'm hearing will be drawn to more than one pile. Feel free to choose more than one pile, use your intuition, and I'll see you at your reading. Hello, pile 1. Those of you guys that chose a safety pin, this will be, is this even a safety pin? You know that, now that I realize it, this is a paper clip. So I'm already getting complications. When I was like tuning into you guys' energy, I was getting, your guys' sexual aura and sex appeal could be actually complicated, a bit complicated. Like you could probably always find yourself in complicated sexual situations and relationships and situationships. So, but it's also because you're pretty complicated. I feel like there's a lot going on with your energy. It's like complications. Maybe you have complications with your sex life, orgasming, or reaching fulfillment, or yeah, something about trouble reaching fulfillment. Some of you guys, erectile dysfunction, or a lot of guys that you deal with have erectile dysfunction, but it's something to do with like problems like maybe overthinking going on, or just feeling out of body, or feeling not out of body, but well, it could be feeling out of body, but I'm really getting like maybe feeling like you're out of touch with your body, like dissociation possibly, or like maybe you don't even know that you're doing this in the bedroom or something like that. Something with like separation, dissociation, outer body type of energy that I'm getting from this pile. So I don't know, it's something to do with like the mind, like conflict within the mind, possibly some mental illness or some mental health issues that you're dealing with right now. It doesn't have to be something that's permanent. I feel like, honestly feel like no mental health is permanent. I feel like there's always like a herb or a medicine or something to kind of just like release that, or yeah, let that part of you go and to accept another part of you. And I feel like since this is a sexual read about your sexuality, I feel like maybe you have to like, you're having difficulty letting something go when it comes to sex, or your sexual partners, or your sexual arrangements, or like the relationships you have with people sexually, or the relationship that you have with sex is being like elevated in some type of way, being destroyed in some type of way to become something else, become something stronger, more satisfying, more pleasurable and stuff like that. So let's get into like the read, but that's what I was getting, like it's something to do with like, it's complicated. Like I'm hearing it's complicated for you guys that chose this pile. Okay, let's pull some cards. Dreams, yeah. I'm gonna keep this card. Okay. Okay, so dreams for your sexual aura in this pile. I feel like your sexual energy, what I'm picking up from is that you connect with people that you have already had sex with, also people you haven't even had sex with, but you were kind of like they have a sexual attraction to you. So meaning that they're manifesting a sexual experience with you, and you're manifesting a sexual experience with them, kind of like wondering how they are in bed, and they're thinking the same about you. So I feel like mentally, I feel like it's like for this pile, you definitely connect through dreams, like the dreamy area of people that you engage with and people that you flirt with and get to know. I feel like you're definitely connected to the dream realm, the dream world, and people that you connect with sexually, they also connect with the dream world, engaging with you, because when you have sex with somebody, you guys share DNA at that point. Whether it's somebody you're serious with or not, you guys just intertwine DNA. So that person has a piece of your DNA, they have a piece of, you have a piece of their DNA, you know? So I think with this pile, what I'm picking up on is that also something to do with thoughts too, for me to say that, but yeah, something to do with thoughts and dreams. Wow. So let's see. Let's get another card for your sexual energy, because it definitely has something to do with like your psychic abilities in this pile, or your connection with things in other realms. Like I feel like for this, it's like you attract sexually, you attract a lot of people that all types of different sexual experiences in this pile. That's why it's like the complicated energy I was getting. Nothing is really what it seems what it is in this pile, especially with you. It's something that's always like repeating with you sexually. So I don't know if you're stuck in some type of cycle where you're kind of just, something about you where I'm picking up a lot of fire too though. Like you could be a fire sign. I'm getting a lot of like fiery energy from you and a lot of dual energy. So you could be a dual fire sign. You don't have to be, but I'm just getting like you're either a fire sign or you have heavy fire placements, or you have heavy dual placements, like mutable. It's almost like you have like your sexual or your sex appeal is like almost like trapping people. Mentally, but also spiritually. Is your energy that I'm picking up on. It's like some form of like being trapped, or you trapping your sexual partners. Either them not being able to release you, or you not being able to release them, or both. It could also be like torment a little bit to your victims or to your partners, your ex sexual experiences, like the people that you engage with previously. It's almost like torment a little bit, because I feel like with dreams, it's also connected to synchronicities, seeing a lot of synchronicities. So it's like they can't run away from you, they can't escape you. They kind of just have to accept you and accept things for what it is. It's like a lot of, for this pile, why I was getting fire is because a lot of transformation happens with your sexual chemistry, your sexual bond with people. A lot of transformation happens within them, within yourself, within the connection, and a lot of surrendering happens as well. Either you have to surrender or they have to surrender, but I'm getting mostly it's like they have to surrender to your powers, your psychic or your spiritual, emotional powers, sexual powers, your sexual being. Like for this pile, you have a very heightened sexual drive. So I feel like you guys have a high sex drive in this pile. Very, very high sex drive. So you guys could, like, for some of you guys, it will resonate. For some of you guys, it won't. Like, you could have multiple partners. Like, yeah, you usually keep a lot of partners sexually, or you don't mind keeping more than one partner sexually because you have a high sex drive, or you just have a high sex drive is what I'm getting from your sexual aura, your sex appeal. Like, it's like, it's so passionate with you, like how your sexual partners experience you was like very, very passionate, very even angry a bit, like some type of aggression and anger, some type of like ambitious, fiery energy when it comes to you. Your hair could be red or blonde or brown for some of you guys. I'm just getting like a brunette or like a redhead, or you wanted to dye your hair red, or you just dyed your hair red. Let's see, how is pile 1's sexual energy, sexual aura? How piles 1, what is their sexual aura like? Thank you. Yeah. She has red hair in both, or brown hair, or black hair, but I really feel like, or blondes. Or like strawberry blondes. If not red hair, strawberry blonde or something. Something like with a tint in it, or like highlights. Yeah, I feel like in this pile, it's like you don't really need a partner sexually, because this is like she just finished masturbating, but you like to keep, maybe you like to have attention. Like that's your sexual, like you like attention, you like discovering other people's bodies, discovering their kinks, discovering what they like, what they don't like, type of energy, even if they don't even know their body that well. Yeah, because I was getting that in the beginning with the dissociation. Maybe you have a lot of partners that are attracted to you that don't really know themselves completely in the astral realm, the dream realm, in the reality realm either. Maybe you also attract people that know themselves pretty well in the 3D realm, but they don't know themselves maybe in the spiritual realm. But I'm getting like most of them don't really know themselves as much as they think they know themselves. But then when they start to deal with you, it's like you start to unravel and discover and transform them in some type of way where they're like, wow, she touched me here, she kissed me here, she awakened this inside of me, or I'm now enjoying things that I didn't even think to enjoy that, or I didn't even think that I was interested in that. Maybe you, like, it's like you spark a new interest in them, or like, yeah, I'm getting a spark. Like you got a lot of people that gravitate around you still, even to this day, that maybe you're finished with them, you're done with them, yeah, like you're completely washed your hands of them, but they haven't washed their hands of you, type of energy. Like you leave a stain on them, and you definitely linger in their senses still. So it's a level of like magic here, and there's a level of you just being magical. I think you drain yourself a lot. Yeah, you drain yourself a lot with how much passion. Why did I hear regression? I think there is a regression card. There is a regression card in here. I should just wait for it to flip out, but it's definitely resonates I think it definitely has something to do with this pile. So I'm gonna just get it anyways instead of waiting for it to come out, because something was like, nah, get the card. Yeah, okay. I don't even know what regression means, so I can't really elaborate or try to explain it to you guys, but you guys can look the word up. Oh, transgression, or I think look up both regression and transgression, because it's like a loop with this here, like a maze, like a untold story, or maybe a story that's told over and over again. So like it's like I'm getting like a pendulum going back and forth, or a swing going back and forth. Also, you can draw in a lot of cats, possibly. A lot of cats adore you, a lot of snakes, like reptiles, adore you. Difficulty, like a challenge, like you, yeah, okay, so a lot of your previous, why am I picking up on a lot of, do you like, it's like, yeah, you could probably move on quick, or get bored quick, or you don't like to settle, or you have very like, you always want to move, or you could travel a lot. But I just feel like whoever you're dealing with now, you could be really, really faithful to your partners when you have one, but it's always probably like a complicated, sticky, challenging situation, I think, because there's so much energy involved. Because the color red has the most energy out of all the colors, and I feel like this is your sexual energy. Yeah, and the red hair, because if you don't have red hair, I think she has, I don't know if she has red hair or brown hair, but like a tint of red, maybe a tint of brown, but whatever it is, it's like maybe like the red, I keep picking up on red hair, or just red in the pictures. I think this is just your sexual pomegranate fruit right here as well is drawing to me. And the cats, you could be drawn to a lot of cats, a lot of red fruits like pomegranates, red apples, strawberries, raspberries, soothe you, or I don't know, something to do with like you being drawn. I think this is just your energy in general, though. Sexually is like, oh yeah, the snake is also shedding your skin and all of that good stuff. So I feel like it's a level of you that's like sneaky as well, sneaky and unseen and untold. With the cats and the snakes, they're very you don't really hear them coming, and you don't hear them going. And first of all, cats play with their prey. I feel like that's pretty, I don't know. Cats play around with their prey, so I feel like this could be what you do to your victims, to your target, to your man. You like to just, yeah, because dreams, the dream card is giving me like dreamy energy, playful energy. But you also know that like their prey is in torment, because like their prey knows that like at any time, like they kind of is like their prey don't really know what's going on. Like, hold on, you're playing with me, but I know that, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're playing with me, but I think you're gonna eat me, like you're my predator. So it's kind of like very intimidating, but it's also very like, so much energy in this pile. Cherry blossoms as well in the back. We get a few more cards. This is interesting. So a lot of I think your sexual energy, your sex appeal is like playing, but then out of nowhere it gets super, super serious and intense with you in the bedroom, and just period in general. Like, this is just, like out and about, maybe like you can play around and have jokes, but when somebody says something and it doesn't really resonate, or it's very offensive, or you have a strong opinion about it that's probably indifference, you're gonna speak it, or it can get very intense. My ears ringing. It can get very intense very fast, so it can like start off like you're not afraid to start an argument. And I feel like you're the type to like need the last word, or need like you pretty much you could be at battle with yourself sexually, and at battle with your sexual partners. Like it's like a battle, but it's also like you find it to be playing, is what I'm feeling like. So you could scratch. King of Wands in reverse. So you could actually make a lot of the people sexually, you can make a lot of people angry. I'm gonna be honest, not even just your sexual partners, you can make a lot of people like upset. But I'm getting like this in your sexual partners too, mainly. Nah, I feel like you make a lot of people upset. Your sexual energy, your confidence makes a lot of people upset. Like you not, like maybe you just, you're very powerful. But I feel like sometimes you might focus this sexual power, because with the King of Wands in reverse, that's like, maybe you kind of, maybe your sexual experiences weren't all the best. Maybe you have a lot of sex with people that aren't the best as well. But maybe your past sexual experiences weren't the best, and they weren't that kind, maybe. Or they weren't kind at all for some of you. Okay, so I feel like with me saying that, and then right up under the card, we got the Queen of Wands right underneath that upright though. What I'm getting from that is like, this is probably why you always need to be on top. Probably like to be on top, have more, like you probably like to ride, is what I'm getting. You feel comfortable with riding and finishing that way possibly, or yeah, you like to be on top now. Yeah. Or you've been currently enjoying being on top, or you can do other positions, but I feel like it's something where you feel like you need to be the more dominant one. It's kind of like, I'm gonna hurt you or outsmart you before you can outsmart or hurt me. Because I think you've been put in a lot of effed up sexual experiences, or just a lot of effed up environments where you felt pressure to do things, or just you felt like you were in danger basically. So I feel like it's something to do with like being triggered in this part as well. It's like a triggering energy I'm feeling right now. Almost like you want to not even prove yourself. I'm not getting that at all, the Queen of Wands. I'm getting mostly like maybe prove to yourself that you're the powerful one. Yeah, prove to yourself that you're the powerful one. I think it's something, I think you attract a lot of men though in this pile. You attract a lot of men. You attract a lot of men. I'm getting a very masculine energy, like I was saying before, a high sex drive. I think in order to have a high sex drive, you have to have a lot of testosterone. Because it's masculine, it's literally masculine energy to want to take off, work very hard, have a lot of sex, not be ashamed of having a lot of sex, just treating it as sex and only sex, being the most, you know, on top type of energy, very ambitious, like very bossy, like boss, like your sexual aura is boss, you're a boss. So I'm getting like a Rihanna, Kylie Jenner, Aaliyah J. Like, I don't know them, I obviously don't know how they are sexually, but I'm getting like a boss, like you have people working for you, or you work under the table, or you work, I don't know, you do something where maybe people at work, like they see your ambition, they see that you don't get tired. If anything, you tire yourself out, that type of energy. So let me get a couple more. Like you don't let anybody get in your way. This could be a really, really good trait of yours, but it probably could get in your way too. Like the complication I was getting before. You're very arrogant and egotistical, but also very vibrant and stubborn and non-committal, or too committal at times, like or maybe you were too loyal and too dedicated to someone, and that's why you felt like you needed to do things, or you needed to go through with something when like your intuition was telling you like, no, it's not for you, or it's gonna end up bad, or you're gonna like be degraded, or you're gonna be taken advantage of, or you're not, like, I don't know, it's like something where you didn't really follow your intuition, you just wanted to be seen, or you wanted to be like that arrogant, egotistical energy. I feel like made you possibly angry, like maybe you, I think for this part your sexual aura is also like angry. I did say that, but anger, probably you could have anger problems, so you get ticked off very fast and very irritated and annoyed. I feel like this could make, yeah, with the King of Wands in reverse, I feel like this could also make some of your partners actually very sad. I want to get to that because I was getting that you pissed them off. Yes, they come off as pissed because of all this energy you have. I feel like it's really just, anger is really just sadness, but I feel like with me to say that, like, you're like, maybe people that you might have argued with, that you're romantically involved with, they're kind of sad because you get so annoyed with them fast. Like you have slow patience, you're very impatient, you get very kind of just, they feel like they didn't really have a fair chance, or you didn't even give them a chance to fix it. You kind of just was like, I'll fix it myself, or leave me alone, with the Queen of Wands energy. So you like to, very empowering and strong energy sexually is what I'm getting from you. Like you're just a strong person in general, but I think this makes a lot of your partners sad because they feel like they, even if they can amount to what you're asking for, you don't even give them a chance to give to you because you like kind of just brush them off. Or yeah, the Fool, that's like free energy, like I need to be free. So some of you guys, your sexual energy might have been like locked up before, in prison before, or you got your freedom taken away in a past life, or like literally in reality you could feel trapped mentally, or because you know your mind is your ego. So there's something to do with like, maybe it's like really aggressive energy here, and a lot of like when you move on from people, it probably is very aggressively as well. Like it ends up in flames, like arguing, and then you just, one day you're gone. So I feel like for this part, breakups are never really kind with you. It's kind of like a F you. A revengeful type of moment. Lovers. Yeah, a lot of confusion with you. Cause I think, yeah. Yeah. Cause you change a lot. You drift off a lot. You move around a lot. You're very curious and ambitious. So I feel like once you change, you expect all of your partners to change, and that's very difficult for you and difficult for your partners, because they're like, whoa, last week you were like this, but now you're like, you're interested in this, or you're interested in him now. With all these different skinny, tall, short, fat. So it's like, now you're interested in this now. So I think you burn yourself out with all the excitement that you hold with life. You're very excited about life and about sex and about, you know, newness. Like, wow. You're definitely a boss, and you're definitely someone who's embodying like your higher self sexually, as well as just period. Like, you're, whoever you're, like with the Queen of Wands energy, whoever you're striving to be, you're gonna be that woman. Like, there's no stopping you. Like, literally, there's nothing stopping you with the King of Wands in reverse. Like, you'll trample over any and everybody, even yourself. Like, you'll break your own heart to get what you like literally see for yourself, you know, in a partner, whatever. Like, I feel like you're literally spoiled, or you spoil yourself, or it's just like nothing you won't have. So I'm seeing like somebody with fangs or sharp teeth, but you're definitely not the prey or the predator. Like, you're definitely like the narcissist, not the victim. It's something about you that's very slick and sly. Like, you'll probably play victim, but you're never like the true victim anymore, at least. So that's what I have for you, Pile 1. It's very interesting. If it did help and did resonate, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next post. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So those of you guys that chose this cat case, pretty cute. This will be your sexual energy. Your favorite color could be pink, and you could love cats, obviously, if you chose this pile for some of you guys. So let's see what your sexual energy is like. I'm getting a very fun energy from you already. 9 of Pentacles. We could get a lot of birds fly near you or fly in your yard. Or you can notice a lot of birds from a far view or like up high. Like, it's just, your eyes and your mind travel a lot when you're out, like towards birds. It could even be a specific bird. It could be some type of blackbirds, crows. It could be any type of bird though, but I feel like maybe recently you saw a big bird, owl, a hawk. I don't know. I don't really know birds like that, but I don't know. Maybe your spirit animal was like, you know what I feel like? For me to say that, I feel like for this pile, you guys definitely see a lot of like maybe spirits, but you guys are like on the darker side. I feel like maybe possibly even psychic, or you're very intuitive. So let's pick up on like you can even have an Indian ancestral background, or it doesn't have to be Indian, but she is dressed up like she's in a field. So I feel like maybe Indian, African, Jewish, Asian, French, Haitian. I heard Portuguese, Chinese, some type of Asian. Did I say that already? Asian, Japanese, some type of like, you could definitely have some type of like potent like bloodline. like a heavy cultural background, or you could attract a lot of people with heavy cultural background. From your bloodline, like, background. So you don't have to like be super like cultural, but you could attract a lot of people that are super cultural. Or if they're not super cultural, they also have a background where like they used to be very it used to be, family was very important and still is important, but you know how like time goes on and like the black sheep and everything separates and creates their own family and their own way of life and goes against the grain. So I feel like maybe you just attract like the black bird out of people. So like you attract other black sheeps or people that want to become a black sheep. So you're very intense is what I want to say. You're very intense. You could go through a lot of death and rebirth processes where like you're used to dying spiritually with these crows here and coming back, or you're used to just being dead spiritually for a while and then finding yourself. That's shadow work. So yeah, I feel like you're just like, at this point it doesn't phase you, and you can see when other people are going through shadow work, or when other people are being followed around by like black birds or black shadow or black cast, or like it's something where you can kind of just pick up on where they're at in their shadow work, or if they just got done healing, or it's like you can kind of, you connect very well with people. And even the dead, I feel like, for me to say that, I feel like you can connect with the dead. Or, but some of you guys, if you don't know that you can do this, you'll probably figure out later on, and it probably can bring you, you know, money with Nine of Pentacles. But I feel like for right now, you're already blessed financially, or you have multiple incomes coming in. So sexually, I feel like you're very valuable. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have a very valuable sexual energy on different levels. Yeah, because you know, money is a currency, so sexual energy is a currency, emotional energy, spiritual energy is its own currency. So I feel like your sexual currency is very valuable and it's very expensive. So you can get a lot of like people wanting to buy your sex online, in person. So you might, like, a lot of people try to like buy you or buy your sex and stuff like that. Or you could just attract a lot of people that just give you money, hand you money, like want to give you things, and it's because they can feel your chi, your energy chi is very sacred and special and valuable. Like, you're rich. You could have black hair, you could have nose ring or face piercings, you could also have tattoos, or a specific type of necklace that helps you regain energy, or you need a necklace, some type of like, I heard pendulum, or some type of like something to like, because you could get sick a lot or fall sick or fall weak, but it's only because you're so attractive, if that makes sense, physically attractive as well. But like, I'm getting like attractive, like you attract a lot of things, because it's like the birds are like circling over her. So I feel like it's like you just naturally attract people, hurt people, homeless people, mentally ill people, sick people, people with phobias, people with like sexual traumas, people with any type of trauma, or like maybe like like they're going through identity crisis. Maybe they don't really know who they are sexually, or I feel like they're in the wrong body or something like that. Or you could feel like you're in the wrong body. It's like you identify with all these people clearly. So you could feel like you're out of body, like you're in the wrong body. You could, if you're a male, you could sometimes feel like you need to be a feminine energy, like you embody the feminine energy. But if you're a female, you could sometimes feel like you embody the masculine energy. You don't know why you're in a feminine body, stuff like that. Or you could have went through that phase, or you're currently going through that phase. But sexually, I feel like you have like, What is it? What's part two's sexual vibe? You could be queer or trying to figure out and try to pursue the queer side of you. But I feel like a lot of maybe your family is very traditional, and this could have disturbed you, some of you guys in this power, or it could disturb people that you attract. Let's see. You actually could be asexual. For her to be alone like this in a field, and she's like very profitable and you're very like valuable, but you're also like untouched almost. It's like giving me like it's really hard to get intimate with you. Like it has to be a certain type of somebody, or they have to have a certain type of like currency about them. Like they have to also be like, I don't know, have a certain amount of money, or they have to have a certain amount of, like they have to have the right. I feel like you just basically you just don't mess with any and everybody. Like you're very clean. You could even be like you're very, very clean. Like you take very good care of yourself down there. Like your hygiene is on point. And I feel, that could be what it is. Like I feel like a lot of people, or some people, you can just tell if they have something, or you can just tell if like they're not clean, if they have like, you're very like in tune. I think too, if you just mess around with anybody, like it'll knock off your pH balance pretty quickly. Like you just know when your body is not feeling right. Some of you guys could like to engage in wine or alcohol before sex, because like the grapes here, I don't know if those are grapes, but it's giving me like wine, alcohol, liquor. So you guys could be like addicted to something. Like you guys like alcohol like as an escapism, possibly for some of you guys, or you're trying to get away from indulging in alcohol and wine so much. Probably just stick to the wine. But I feel like for some reason like the wine helps you sexually, or liquor helps you sexually, like helps you tap into another part of you. Could be shaman. Tower. And then you got the Hermit. Yeah, it's the Hermit. Let me get one more out of this deck. I feel like a lot of you guys sexually, you guys reinvented yourself, and I feel like a lot of you guys have nicknames, or you renamed yourself, or you will do this, or you just tell people random names, and you tell people, like you not lie a lot, you could lie a lot, or you could just like, with the Hermit I'm getting, maybe you just let people assume and you make up stories. Possibly you just don't really tap into your past, because it could be something like very, I don't know, the Tower, you guys know, in the picture. So I feel like it's something you could have like escaped from, obviously, because it's like when you go through shadow work, it's like you're killing an old self. I feel like you're letting an old self die, but I feel like you killed an old self. It's like you wrote a completely new chapter for yourself. The Nine of Pentacles coming from the Tower is like you kind of just sexually, you're very like inventful, if that's even makes sense. Like you are very inventful. So it's like maybe you become a, yeah, because this is giving me like a cyber cutie, like a cyber girl. Like maybe you're just very hidden and you like come up with like different characters, or you don't like to be, it's like, wow, yeah, the Tower is like change. So I feel like you like to just, you know who you are and you know who other people are. So I feel like going into the situation, if you feel like changing, I think you go into headspace a lot with the Hermit. I don't know if you guys are familiar with headspace, but it's kind of like when you're kind of like going to like a different, I think it's what actors do, because actors aren't that person on the screen, but they kind of literally embody it. So when they're done with the script, it wasn't that that person was fake. It's just that person is like, it's an actual person. But then when they're done with the movie, they're not that person anymore. You know what I mean? Okay, so you have a lot of layers to yourself. You're very creative. You're very, very creative. King of Pentacles, and then we have the Strength. So yeah, I feel like you attract a lot of men that are wealthy. And with the Strength, I feel like, but I was also getting with the Tower, like I was saying before, it's like you create characters that you actually become and you embody. And I feel like for me, that I forgot what I think, oh yeah. Some of the actors, they say, like, you know how actors have to dye their hair for a certain role, lose weight, gain weight for a certain role, and study that character for months. I feel like you literally, I don't know, it's like you become a different person naturally, or you just learn to do this with the Hermit to fit into like the world or the circumstances, to develop the Nine of Pentacles energy. Is kind of like you just I feel like you stopped playing fair with the Strength card a long time ago because you know that the world is not fair. But you're a good person at the same time. It's just, it's kind of like mentally you evolved, and you always evolve. Like you have endurance. But it's like mentally you come up with like different versions of yourself, possibly for different versions of money, or just for peace. Because I feel like what I was also getting is like your sexual energy is also peaceful. So you bring a lot of peace to chaotic energies. I feel like, okay, yeah, your sexual energy, you bring a lot of peace to chaotic energies. A lot of people that want to be healed. So I feel like you attract a lot of angry men. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe even angry wealthy men. Men with money, but they aren't the best character. Doesn't have, like, you attract different people, but I feel like you do attract a lot of, like, if not angry, chaotic, like they need some type of soothing. But I feel like with this pile, you definitely you're always like doing something different to your look as well, doing something different sexually as well. So you like to explore, or you have been exploring, or something like that. I'm gonna pull a few more cards and then I'm gonna close it. But I definitely feel like you have some type of like, you've been here before type of energy. You have a very strong sense of self, and this is why you're probably able to literally become somebody else that is you, but then like tuck it away, maybe, I don't know. It's a lot of like imagination and like creative energy from you that a lot of men probably want to like invest in you, pursue in you, but they just don't understand you because they're so in the 3D realm with the King of Pentacles. Because that's definitely like, but you are too, the Nine of Pentacles. But I feel like you're could feel stuck here, but they feel like, I don't know, you could attract a lot of greedy men too that just want to like keep taking from you energetically. All I want to say in this pile, don't sell yourself short. Loving yourself, wanted to come out. Don't sell yourself short ever again, or just don't do it, period, because You're very valuable and you're worth a lot. Like I was saying before, like rich. You could even have been rich in a past life, like literally rich, like a queen, like royalty, literally royalty. So you attract a lot of manipulative men too. Yeah, I said royalty, and look at this card. Hold on. I don't know if you guys can see. They're like dancing or at a parade. Okay, so for your background, you guys, or for what right now, you guys could like costumes. And the reason why you like costume is because your culture, they like to like parade, they like to party, they like to have like exorcisms, they could have like a lot of orgies, or like something to do with like, you guys know like the Egyptians, how you said like they would paint, I don't know if it was Egyptians or the other civilization before starts with an M, but it was just like basically a civilization that would like people study on the wall, that they would create arts on the tombs of like what it looked like as orgies, and then like dancing, parading, like indulging in like liquor, wine, and having like, it was like a ritual. It was like something that they took very serious. It was like a celebration, a party. So I feel like this is like your background possibly, so why it's coming up. So like your sexual energy is, it definitely reflects that. It definitely gives royalty. It definitely gives like, and that might be why you go in and out of characters. It might be why you're kind of like, you die and come back, or you're not afraid of like, you know, being in sin. You're not afraid of like fulfilling sins. Or it's like you're very different, and you also feel like you're the opposite of the sex, or maybe you feel like you're queer, or you are queer, or you could be trans, or you attract a lot of trans, or you have like, it's something to do with like just not taking seriousness around sexuality and around sexual habits and sexual like urges and desires. Like you kind of just are like, you like to party, you like to have fun. You know that it's like, you know, it's human nature. It's like you don't really like judge. You don't even judge yourself. So I feel like it's something where maybe a lot of people like to judge you for this, because it's only because they're in their own misery and they don't understand this level of love for yourself. They don't have the same love for themselves to accept what they like sexually. They're not open enough, because a lot of people live in the ways of others, so they don't feel judged, so they don't feel criticized. But I feel like it's something with you, with like the rebirths and the deaths, where you just plainly don't give a F. You learn to just be who you are. You could hide yourself a lot just to like not deal with other people's projections. A lot of people project onto you. Dang, they do. Look at the mirror pointing at her. It's like a lot of people project onto you like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this because you're this way, or you're from here, or your family does this, so you shouldn't be doing this. You should honor your family, or you should do this. Is like, get out of my face. Get out of my face. Stop pointing at me. Like, point at yourself. It's kind of like you're just like, yeah, you ended up you have this whole new love for yourself, and you could possibly wear costumes. It's like you make yourself happy. You could actually have an OnlyFans, or you do something online. I get a lot of piles like that, where you could be a webcam model, you could be an OnlyFans model, or you could do porn. Because this right here, that last card I got, was this card. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, you guys can. Let me move this out the way. Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like a celebration. It's a celebration going on. And they're like enjoying their wines, they're enjoying, it's like natural to them. Like there's no really like, I doubt anybody's in there like watching and judging like, ew. Like if you're there, then you have some type of like interest, or you're just not invited. you know? Or some of you guys could have ended up developing this, like accepting yourself more, participating more, because you could have been, I don't know, projecting at one point, or just you were taught to project or to like judge people who, you know, were sexually open, but then you started to like realize that, like, no, I feel like I need to be there, or I need to be like in love with my body like how they are with theirs. I need to just be, you know, open. I need to figure out my body more. I need to figure out my do's and don'ts. I need to figure out my kinks. I need to figure out whatever it is. I need to figure it out. It's like I think you're kind of avoiding people who, but you attract a lot of people that you try to avoid. So it's like, if you're not comfortable with who you are, because I think you attract a lot of people that are sneaky links, possibly, that don't want things to be out in the open about what you guys might have did before or are doing, and you're kind of like over those situations. You kind of want somebody that's giving like, so you guys could be any type of like, I think I'm getting like LGBTQ in this pile, because it's like, I feel like a lot of like that community, I don't like the fact that, but this happens in the straight community too, with these King of Pentacle men, and it doesn't have to be an earth sign. It could just be somebody who like takes their image so seriously, that they feel like they can't have these type of relationships out in the open, but that's what they really want to do, and that like leads them to cheating and like living a miserable life. But I feel like as far as like LGBTQ, I feel like a lot of those stories, because I have a lot of friends, and it's just, they want you really bad, they desire you, and they want you sexually really bad, but it's like the way they act, if they were to see you out and about, and if you were to just approach them and say hi, it's like, I don't know, it's just, I feel like for this part you developed some type of like, well, if you don't want me and you can't be seen with me, I can't deal with you sexually. Like, I want to be with somebody who's open, who's proud of who they are, who's not gloomy, who's not always mad because they can't be who they are sexually. It's like you did a lot of exploring, a lot of soul searching, a lot of digging, or this is what you will do with the birds here. You're starting to realize that a lot of people are unhappy sexually, and when you're unhappy sexually, you're unhappy in all things, because your sexual energy is like your breath. I feel like you could also be a sapiosexual, or like a lot of mental stimulations and emotional stimulations turn you on. Not being like disregarded, that doesn't turn you on, you know? Maybe before it was a fetish, but I feel like your fetish is like, you're exploring your fetish. You're just exploring. Like, this is the power, like the whole thing, just to close it out, is like you're exploring right now. People see that you're exploring. People see that you're glowing now that you're exploring. People see that you're not judging yourself now. Like, you're working out even. You're working out in a gym, and that's making you feel better in the bedroom. Like, your sexual energy is like you being fulfilled in all aspects with the Nine of Pentacles. Emotionally, financially, sexually, physically, spiritually. Like, you're finding yourself and you're wanting to be alive after this rebirth that you went through. And it could have been a long journey coming with the Hermit, but you like proceeded, and you weren't scared to be alone, and you weren't scared to break free and break away from whatever anybody was telling you to keep you locked up with them in a misery. So I feel like right now, like, your current energy, you're gonna be partying. You probably already are partying. You probably have different partners. Yeah, you're having fun right now is what I'm getting. Very excited energy coming from you with the Tower. So that's what I have for you, Pile 2, for your sexual or sex appeal. It was interesting. So if you did enjoy and it did resonate for you, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on my next post. Hello, Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So this will be what your sexual aura, what your sex appeal is, what your vibe is sexually. So let's see. Okay. Let's see. I'm getting like a softness to you. You could have really, really big boobs, or a really, really big butt, or nice tall legs, or beautiful hair, or like you have big features, big facial features that people find sexual, that like is very alluring and sensual. Some of you guys are bigger, plus size. Or some of you guys got your body done or want to get your body done. Something with like improvements here. I think it's like you want to be sexualized, you want to be sexy. It's like I'm getting sex symbol where you kind of just, you want to be like a sexual object or be seen that way. Like you want to be seen as not real. Let's see. For some of you guys, like you want to be perfect. I got the priest. Like for some of you guys with me, I feel like the priest is here. I feel like it's more so like you going to see a doctor maybe, or a spiritual doctor, to see if you should get the procedure done. Because I feel like you have this level of like perfection about yourself with the priest card. Like you have a level of like perfection, like wanting to perfect yourself in every type of way. Like you want to get cosmetic surgeries, you have already got them done or something, but I feel like you just kind of just, you want to match how you are spiritually, or you are matching how you are spiritually. So however you feel in the spiritual realm is how you want to look in the physical realm. Like you don't want to look like a normal person because you don't feel like a normal person. You feel like an earth angel, you feel like a fairy, you feel like a, like you just feel like definitely outer, like you don't feel like a real person. There's a type of like vibe I'm getting. A lot of people stop and stare at you. Yeah, you want a lot of people to stop and stare at you, like you want to be put on a high pedestal because you feel like you're on a high pedestal. You put yourself on a high pedestal. You're very you're magnetic already, like you're very magnetic. It's too many cards. I'll keep them. Oh yeah, I'll keep them. Two of water. You could be in a relationship, or you always find yourself in a relationship with somebody that like wants you really bad, really badly. And you could attract a lot of water signs, and it's probably like a lot of water sign men like you, or men that have like a water moon, with the moon right there. And you also got the death card. So you could attract a lot of men with a Scorpio moon. But any water moon placement, I guess. Or you can have water moon placement. Your sexual energy is also very airy, like very like Aquarius, Libra, Gemini type of energy. But I'm really feeling for some of you guys, you could be a fixed air sign in this pile for your sexual aura. But it's definitely giving like very like on a high pedestal, like admired, fantasized, like a lot of fantasizing, a lot of dream girl, a lot of like let's see, let me get one more out of this deck. Queen of Earth, yeah, that level of perfection that I was getting. Like, you're seen as perfect. Your sexual appeal is perfect. Yeah, and then the Doctor's room again. We got the Moon card. So this, your sexual energy is like a Barbie doll. You could look like a doll. Your face is very soft, your body's very soft, your hair is soft. You could wear heels, dresses, girly things, pink. It doesn't have to be pink, but I feel like you like a lot of feminine things. Or you feel like if you could do these things, you could wear more feminine clothes. There's something with, yeah, Moon is also, could be an earth sign. The Moon card is definitely like feminine energy, soft, submissive energy. I'm getting a lot of Moon energy. You could be connected to the Moon. Like your periods are in sync with the Moon cycle. Definitely getting that. So during the full moon, you start your cycle, or the new moon, you start your cycle. But you're very in sync with when your period starts and what type of moon phase it's in, depending on where you are in your life and sexually. Could also be a fire sign or earth sign. You could work at night for some of you guys. So like a lot of men see you at night. Or your co-workers obviously see you at night. You like to take up like night shifts. You're like a night person, maybe. Let's get some more cards on your sexual energy right now. But it's definitely feminine, like very emotional as well. Maybe like where you came from. Okay, let's see. How is Power 3 sexual energy? I got a card. Very soft. You could also be into girls. You got soft whispers. Wow. Very bougie as well. Your sexual aura is very bougie. Beyond words and beyond words. And it's like bougie. It's like an atmosphere of like bouginess. So you could, like, you are found in a lot of nice places. You work at a very nice place. Your home is very nice. The decorations in your house is very nice and on point. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles is very clean. She keeps her home clean. She's very bougie. She knows her worth. She don't have to prove her worth. Her worth is already proven whenever she walks in a room. Because of what she's wearing, what she has on, the way her body looks, the way her hair looks, the way her makeup looks. Like, she doesn't have to prove anything. Like, her presence proves everything. So you have a lot of people in this pile who fall in love with you pretty quickly. And they don't even know you. But once they get to know you, they fall in love even more. Because you could be very, very, very down to earth with the Queen of Earth. And you speak very sweet with soft whispers. I feel like yeah, beyond words and soft whispers, I'm getting like you are very good with your words. Your sexual aura, you're very good with your words. You're very persuasive. You're very alluring. Like, you're somebody who knows how to talk. You know exactly what to say and how to say it. And when to say it, when to not say it, and when's the right moment to like ask for something or say something, or you just put things like, yeah, you just know what to say. Like, you're just so sweet. It's like people feel like they can't really tell you no at all. And you're always like innocent, or you have to be right. Like, you're always in the right. So, yeah, like, your sexual aura is like, you are perfect. It's not even that people view you as perfect. You are perfect. And it's like your timing for everything is perfect, and your voice is perfect. Very soft, beautiful, feminine. This is pretty like specific for this read. It's not too like in depth, because I feel like it's all very like physical with the Queen of Pentacles. It's like you just like to look good. You look very good in a 3D realm. It's nothing really too like, even though the moon is here, I'm getting like your body could just look very feminine. Like I was saying before, big boobs, big butt, round hips, long legs, beautiful makeup, hair, very feminine hairstyles, stuff like that, like feminine purse, bag, shoes. Like you could probably have heels and sandals. Heels right here. And you're very private about your sex life, your dating life, with the soft whispers. They'll give you like, you don't kiss and tell. A beautiful face. Sweet surrender. So it's like you're not forceful. You're not forceful, and you love how you look. It's giving like Empress, soft Empress energy. Body positive and sweet surrender. Loving gaze. Lover secret in reverse. So I feel like for this pile, you get a lot of partners that want to expose you, or they want to go out in the open with you because you never really expose your dating life. So you could have somebody in particular that wants to go public with you. They want to go exclusive. They want to like be serious with you. So like be out, take you out on dates, have you moving, pay your bills, send you gifts, refurbish your house, buy you a car. Like they want to do something very serious. Or you find a lot of men that are tricks, honestly, or that are like husband material, or try to be husband material for you. So they weren't if they weren't husband boyfriend material for anybody else, they try to be that for you. They try their best to do that for you. Let me show the cards that came out though. Got soft surrender. It's like two females just enjoying themselves. Like not really having to work. It looks like they're just lounging around. They don't have to do too much. So I feel like maybe you have an easy job. So yeah, you could have an easy job. Some type of easy, low maintenance job in this pile. And you don't really have to like, you don't have to work hard to keep your sexual partners. Like they're low maintenance and you're high maintenance. So it's perfect. Like your partners don't ask for anything at all. They just ask for you and your presence. Like your beauty, like they go off of your beauty. They just want to be talking to you because you're so beautiful. You look so beautiful. So it's like giving, they don't really want to ask you for anything. They want to actually give to you. Loving gaze. So like your look is very taunting and expressive as well. Like you really don't have to say like too much. Like see how they're chilling? You really don't have to say too much, do too much. Like all you have to do is give a look, say a few words, and be present. And be receiving and be thankful for whatever your sexual partners are giving you. And I really feel like most of you guys, it's material wealth. It's like nice things, bougie experiences, stuff like that. Like with the Queen of Pentacles, like nothing less. Like very high vibrational experiences. Like you don't deal with things that are below you at all. Because you know it's coming. You don't really have to go out and like hustle. You don't have to go out and stress. You don't have to go out and like overthink, overwork yourself. I feel like you're just with the fruits. Yeah, it's giving like you're just, and they're just chilling here too with the umbrella under a tree with fruits. And so she's not even doing her own hair. There's somebody else doing it. Wow. It's like, oh, you're spoiled and fulfilled. Your hands and feet are beautiful. Like everything on you is beautiful and girly and unrealistic. It's like you're just too perfect, honestly. It's your sexual aura. I'm gonna pull additional cards just to see like what else wants to come through for you. Let's see. Just a few more. What's pile 3's sexual energy? Sexual vibration. What's pile 3's sexual energy? What is pile? Ooh. What was that? Where's the card go? Let's see. Tower. Tower. Definitely some type of like possession. Guys wanting to have possession over you. Guys wanting to have, guys being jealous over you, possibly fighting over you. Guys being very territorial over you. Like you have a lot of like, you're like a prized possession. Your sexual aura like wants to, people want to keep you kept. Like your sexual aura could possibly want to be kept, want to be like, you know, shown off. You could like to be told what to do, stuff like that. Like I think you like partners that are very domineering. Yeah, 6 of Wands. They were really nice, but guys like your shape. 6 of Wands. She's also in a dress, so yeah, you just like nice things. You deserve nice things. And you attract a lot of Emperor energies. Like successful or just like very grounding men. Like men, yeah. Oops. Men that like to ground you, King of Wands, and chase you and provide, like give you things. They like to compliment you and kind of just, they could be very, you could attract a lot of fire signs too. A lot of fiery energies. And a lot of men long for your energy. Let me get a couple more and I'm gonna close it. For pile 3, sexual aura. A few more. King of Pentacles, I was getting that. And then we got the Death and we have the Justice. She looks like a fairy. And we got the Chariot. Yeah, so you could attract a lot of you could love clothes and you dress very nicely in this pile, but also the Chariot is what I'm getting, because he has the whip right here. You could attract a lot of like doms or dominatrix men in the bedroom. So they like to just like whip you, spank you, dominate you in the bedroom. Because you're very soft, soft-spoken, very submissive, probably too submissive. These two cards is like, they don't really want you to leave or go home, or they don't want you to be out of their presence in this pile. They're afraid of you being out of their presence because they know how good you look. They don't really want you to be entertaining no other guys, no other men. Because you're very entertaining. It's easy to like be hooked on you by like one of your gazes. It's easy to just like, yeah, Knight of Wands. You can get flown out a lot in this pile, like flown out. When guys see you online, possibly, you could take really, really good pictures with the Queen of Pentacles as well. So like, a lot of guys DM you, a lot of guys fly you out or want to fly you out because of your like online presence. But also in person, like they're just traveling in your city and they see you and they're not from there and they're not from that part of city or the town. They want to kind of just keep coming to that city and that town to see you. So you could be an entertainer. Or you could remind them of an entertainer, like I was saying before. Like you're just like a remembrance. You're like you're something to remember, basically. Like you're hard to forget in this pile. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you're a good time in the bedroom as well. Like you leave a very good last impression and first impression. However, like it's very crazy really fast, or very lit very fast. So you could like to drink. Did I say that before? Like you could like to actually get like effed up. Yeah, so you could be a part of like you have motion in this pile. Like if one guy leaves, you'll have another one type of energy. I don't know, you have a lot of options. Like fighting for your love and attention right now is what I'm getting. So if that did help and it did resonate, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on my next post.